Guys, it's an exciting day just before Wok Wednesday starts. Our cleavers are back in stock. Click the card above to see where you can buy them. Hey guys, Jeremy here from School of Wok. We're back again for Wok Wednesdays, and this week we're doing a layered vegetable dish. It's a garlic and mustard green vegetable broth. I've got some quite unique Chinese vegetables here. And that's this great vegetable, which is a mustard green, in the same sort of family as pak choi and choy sum. So if you can't find it, you could use either one of those. But the actual stalky part, that's this part here, has a lot of almost rockety mustard flavour. Really crunchy, bittersweet flavour to it. Oh, love it. You could use it for salads too. You can actually also just use romaine lettuce for something like this as well. It works quite well. So my mustard greens, I'm going to slice into sort of more easy to bite pieces. And then I've also got this sort of looks like a really long green bean almost. This is garlic shoot. If you tasted it raw, it would taste quite garlicky, but when you cook it, it's quite juicy and it's got that texture of a green bean. Great vegetables here. So I've also got some bean sprouts. With bean sprouts, you've got to wash them well, so 2-3 times before you use them. I'm going to layer this dish. So I'm going to make a broth, a very, very quick vegetable broth for my mustard greens to sit in. And then I'm going to stir fry my shoots, my garlic shoots, which will go on top. And then we're going to flash fry your bean sprouts in some ginger and some Shaoxing rice wine, and then pour that over the top of that. And the reason for layering this stir fry bit by bit is because every vegetable has a slightly different texture. So when you're cooking a dish like this, you really want to make sure that each vegetable has that right bite and that right crunch. You can stir fry it all together, but if you did, you would probably get quite limp bean sprouts and you wouldn't have that same finish. First things first, I'm actually going to take a couple of cloves of garlic. I'll leave the skin on, but just bash them out lightly. So I want the flavour to go into the stock. And then ginger, a good bit of ginger. Peel it because the ginger skin can be a little bit bitter. And then I'm going to take that in half and just bash it gently again. And this is going to fry in a base of oil on a low heat on my wok whilst I'm preparing the rest of the veg. I want to get your ginger and garlic to a good sort of crisp golden brown colour before I do anything else. So your garlic and your ginger straight into that oil. And that's just going to sizzle away for the next few minutes whilst I prep my ingredients. Now, you can just do nice rough chunks of your mustard green. This is the plate that I'm going to serve up in, but I don't mind using it. It's all veg at the end of the day. The stalk, just go diagonally across. This will wilt down quite quickly, so you don't have to worry too much about quantities. Be generous with your green veg. It's, in Chinese tradition, good fortune. The ginger and garlic, just give that a little flip. You want it to get nice and golden brown. That's going to really flavour that oil. Then your garlic shoots, you can use all of this, no waste at all. Just a nice lengths, sort of 3 centimetres or so. And my bean sprouts just sitting in the water ready to go for later. I'm going to take a little bit more ginger to flash fry my bean sprouts. But with this, I just need sort of really fine slices So, you know, treat your vegetables well. You know, they'll really sort of sing out their crunchiness much better if you know that you're going to sort of layer it in bits. Take your time over a dish that could be done much, much quicker. I've got some vegetable stock here. Now, the vegetable stock, you could use a veg stock cube, but this is where the main flavour comes from. So I've actually just made a really simple, quick vegetable stock with some onions, ginger, garlic, spring onion, and some carrot. Boiled that away for about 45 minutes to an hour. Just before I add my stock into my wok, I'm going to hit the wok up to really high heat. And what I want from this is for the stock to lift all that ginger and garlic flavour off the bottom of the wok. Smoking hot. Stock in. Bring that to a boil. And then I'm going to season it with a little bit of light soy sauce. About a tablespoon. Pinch of salt. Now that's vigorously boiling, your mustard greens can go in to that stock. And just like sort of cooking a bit of broccoli, with the stalk, you know, no more than sort of 2 to 3 minutes, and that stalk will be nice and tender, but still have a bite. So once that's had a couple of minutes, you don't want to overcook it, you want to keep the crunch, keep it nice and vibrant and bright green. So just take all your mustard greens out. In Chinese, it's called gai choi. K-A-I-C-H-O-I, gai choi. Just going to put those on the side. And I've got my garlic shoots here as well, which I'm going to give a quick blanch before I then stir fry them. And that'll cook them through very quickly, but then I'll get a nice sort of almost slightly smoky, crisp outer edge of the garlic shoots. It makes a big difference, this layering of cooking your different veg like this. So a minute for those. This is where the spider or that bamboo sort of slotted ladle comes in handy. I'm now going to just pour that stock straight over the top, and that'll keep my gai chai really nice and steaming hot, and that's where my broth sits. My wok straight back on, and we're going to flash fry those shoots along with my bean sprouts, a little bit more ginger, some salt, some white pepper, a bit of sesame oil, and some rice wine. That's it. Smoking hot. Everything's here in my vicinity, ready for me to wok properly. My ginger goes in. We'll keep this ginger a little bit fresher, not as crisp and golden brown. Greens go back in, and then just push those to the back. Make sure your wok is really smoking hot before you get those bean sprouts in. Notice I'm not really moving the wok straight away. I'm going to season this up with a bit of white pepper, a pinch of salt, and then flick that over a few times so all that bean sprout gets a good bit of that smoke and that wok hay, that wok's air or the height of the fire. Ooh. And just allowing that smoke to build up intermittently through the wok. And that's where we get that nice smokiness. And then last time before I serve this up over the top, we're going to get the smoke all the way round the wok. And I'm going to do a splash of rice wine and sesame oil. Smoking hot. Rice wine, sesame oil. Flick that through. And then serve that straight up over the broth and the mustard greens. So that's how you change or completely change the finish or the texture of your vegetables from broth all the way through to that sort of smoky, stir-fried, crispy bean sprout and chive mix. Chive? That smoky bean sprout and crisp
Garlic shoot.
garlic shoot. That smoky bean sprout and crisp garlic shoot mix. Forget it. What am I trying to say? So adding the rice wine just at the end lifts all the flavour off the bottom of the wok. You're getting this nice sort of sweet and aromatic flavour off the wine itself. Oh, this is great with some steamed rice. I've got some crispy fried garlic here as well. So I'm just going to top that. This dish is all about texture and bringing out the savoury flavour of every part of that vegetable. It's my very vegetable broth. I'm guessing you can hear this crunch. All about keeping that nice crunchy texture, not overcooking your veg. And also the natural flavours of the mustard greens really stand out because that's been cooked in the broth. Layering your vegetables, perhaps something that you haven't done before, but will make a difference to your dish. Not just vegetarian food here. If you like all types of Asian cuisine, guys, don't forget to subscribe to the School of Wok channel and like.